Hey guys, it's Technology Freak, and I'm gonna talk about the tutorials that I do on my channel here. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not an authorized trainer for these types of products that I do look at on this channel, like the Olympus DM720 or the Focus 40. I'm not an authorized trainer for that. The only reason I do these tutorials is because if you don't want to read, if you don't want to listen to this video, you can look at the description. It gives you a basic overview of what this video is saying, but I thought I would put this in video form. So yeah, the tutorials that I do are based on what I know. If I don't know everything, I'm not going to cover everything. You see what I'm saying? If I don't know, because the thing is, I didn't know everything about the Olympus DM720. And therefore I didn't cover it until I learned about it. Um, yeah, as far as like mainstream stuff, if I don't know it, I'm not covering it. Because I certainly, on top of not being an authorized trainer for doing YouTube videos on certain products that I know about, I'm not going to cover something that will mess someone up. Because what if I say, the record button can, I don't know, pause the recording. Like, for example, on the Zoom H1 Essential, if I were to say the record button pauses the recording, and it stopped it, that would be incorrect information. That's not what I'm trying to get here. That's not what I'm trying to get off here. The point is, let's say if I'm reviewing something like if I decide to do tutorials on, let's say, the BroNote Touch Plus, and if I didn't know how uh, the KeyMath application or whatever that application would be, or whatever, if I didn't know how to update the stuff with the Key Updater, then I wouldn't cover it. That's just an example. And the only devices I review are devices that I personally own. I don't review devices that I just get for at least maybe a day or two, and review it. I get it, and if I own it, I review it. If I get something from an agency or something, I will most likely ask for permission from the person that got it for me, and only then would I review it. So it was different with the iPhone 12, I thought, because I don't know why, I just thought it was. And it wasn't a tutorial. However, I did do a tutorial, but not with words. I did it with actions, not words. if I were to get like the Orbit Speak, I would review that. If I were to get something like, I don't know, the HomePod, which I got, HomePod Mini over here.
Play.
And I don't want it to play, no. As far as like TVs and stuff go, mainstream products like Apple, Google, Samsung, those companies, if I own it, I'm reviewing it. Well, I want to. That's my philosophy. The Microspeak voice recorder, if I get one, I'm gonna do tutorials on it. Like I said, I do these on a volunteer basis. I do it because I want to.
Desktop join channel. Voice activating voice. Chris's serve.
I do it on a volunteer basis because I like to. Plus, it will encourage me to learn new things about certain products. The Zoom H1 Essential, I know a lot about. How? Because I learned it, and now that I got one, I am doing more tutorials on it. I may not be authorized, like an authorized trainer of the Zoom H1 Essential, because Zoom North America is the company that will do that. Samuel Green is the guy you need to go for, like, the accessibility aspect, because I guess he was the representative for that. And see, this is what these tutorials I do are not done professionally. Like, I don't have a professional setup, so what you get is what you get. That doesn't mean I can't get a professional setup. I'm sure I can. I just have to have the time and the patience to do it. It's going to cost money. I mean, I do the Olympus DM720 voice recorder tutorials because I feel like there's hardly any tutorials on those products. Now, there's a great review. I think it's ECTIV or whatever. CCTIP or whatever. A very good resource that did a tutorial on an older Olympus voice recorder, the Olympus DM550, I think, or the 520. Whatever one that was, it was there. If I ever pick up a non-accessible item like a voice recorder, maybe, I will find ways that make them usable or accessible. Like the Olympus VN7200. The accessible part of it would be the folder thing because it beeps. The amount of beeps that are necessary to tell you, hey, you're on a different folder. And that was by design. They did that. Olympus did that. Now, granted, that thing didn't have any voice guidance, but it still had some form of accessibility. The Sony recorders do, to an extent, have accessibility, but not only that extent is the beeps. When you record, it makes a beep. When you stop recording, it makes a beep. When you play a recording, it makes a beep. You don't need a completely accessible voice recorder to do your workflow if that's what you need. However, if you need
Something
something,
desktop has logged out from Chris. Speech muted.
if you need an accessible voice recorder, like completely, get the Zoom H1 Essential, the DM720, the Ultra XP 12 Pro, or the Microspeak Plus 3rd generation voice recorder. That's all I'm going to say on that. As far as stuff I might get, we'll see if I can get a Microspeak next year. Because I want to try and get one, the 3rd generation, and do a tutorial. I do these on a voluntary basis. I don't do them, I do them for fun. But I also like to do them. For example, the Ultra XP 12 Pro, that didn't have any tutorials. It had videos on it, but the guy or the person that did those videos didn't say what he was doing. It just had him doing the demonstration of the recorder. See, that's different. A demonstration is different from a tutorial. I think a demonstration just showcases it and demonstrates a little bit of
It's 8 o'clock.
Of the device. A tutorial is actually showing someone how to do it. Like, whenever I did that Narrator on Windows XP video on here, I only did it as a look back. It wasn't meant for a tutorial because no one uses XP anymore. That's the same for Windows 7, Windows 8. Windows 10 and 11 are basically the same. Windows 10 in October of next year is getting dropped, and Windows 11 is the only thing. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I can talk about things. That's what my main channel is for. My main Kenneth the Awesome Blind Guy channel is for. That's what that's meant for. Is for, like, if I don't have a product, I'll talk about it and give my thoughts about it. I did some electronic game videos on here just to give a variety. I don't expect this channel to grow, really. Look, these tutorials, they're just not meant for, like, they are to be taken seriously, but they're not, like, done professionally, if you get my drift. There are people in the background. I don't always have a quiet space to do my videos. So that's another reason. I just hope that the tutorial on how to install Chrome OS Flex, that was for one laptop, the Choi Jimmy Book 1, I think. And I honestly don't care. I really don't, because that could be for anyone. Like I said in the tutorial, depends on what. That this was only for the one laptop that I have. So anyways, I'm done. Thanks for listening to this video. If you liked it, please comment and subscribe. Like. And by the way, there's no pressure. If you don't want to like, comment, or subscribe, hey, that's fine by me. You do what you want to do. You are in control of what you do. So, I may wish it or say it, but you don't have to do it. So anyways, goodbye for now.